been a while since you felt like this. It's been a while since you felt like this. It's been a while since you felt like this. It's been a while since you felt like this.
Pump to the beat, boy.
It's been a while since you felt like this. It's been a while since you felt like this.
Stewart Media and Entertainment presents the Two Live Stews Experience. We back, shawty! This right here, this ain't your ordinary-ish.
Two Live Stews Experience, Ryan Stewart, Doug Stewart, baby, we back. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, we are back. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you, but them folks sat us down forcefully. What up to the Qs?
Do not let anyone confuse you. The Two Live Stews started this shit. The Two Live Stews Experience, shawty. If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing? Stewart Media and Entertainment presents the Two Live Stews Experience. We back, shawty! This right here, this ain't your ordinary-ish.
Two Live Stews Experience, Ryan Stewart, Doug Stewart, baby, we back. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yes, we are back. It's been a long time. We shouldn't have left you, but them folks sat us down forcefully. What up to the Qs?
Do not let anyone confuse you. The Two Live Stews started this shit. The Two Live Stews Experience, shawty. If you're not stewing, what the hell are you doing?
What up, though?
What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
What up, though? That's that Detroit language that you've accumulated, huh?
Before we get started, man, I'm just happy to see you. You know, the last time we did this, we dealt with some trials and tribulations, and we came through in flying fashion.
And we may still have some trials and tribulations.
Yeah, man, especially with the equipment you got over at your spot, man. I mean, You have the most antiquated, outdated, I mean, I couldn't think of another big word to say.
Hey, shouts out to everybody in the chat room. Shouts out to Southern Edge, southernedgevodka.com, sweet tea flavored vodka, salted caramel flavored whiskey. Listen,
right.
you jumping on me about my computer. What does your t-shirt say, man?
Moncks Corner, South Carolina. It's where my story begins.
So
isn't it a beautiful shirt, man? This is a hometown shirt, man.
Okay, so you missed out, I guess. You missed this. We got a chat group. We got a chat group for a bunch of people from back at the crib, right?
Okay.
And
no, hold on. Whoa,
Go ahead.
What chat group where I am not a part of a chat group?
No, you're part of it. You're part of it on Facebook.
Well, how would I know? I'm
the one Cornell and Seabrook got?
Oh, the bullies.
In the messenger, the bullies. Right, the bullies.
Okay, all right, okay.
So I posted in there. Somebody brought it to my attention, and you're watching the Two Live Stew. Somebody brought it to my attention.
Shouts out Pastor Cornell. We love you, dog.
Yeah, they actually cut and paste and sent me part of the Wikipedia on Moncks Corner.
Okay.
The top paragraph on the Wikipedia for Moncks Corner says, Moncks Corner is named after Thomas Monk, a vicious slave owner who stamped T. Monk on all of his slaves' chests. I know it's not even funny. I don't even know why I'm laughing. I don't even know why I'm laughing.
No, man, no.
So listen, this is serious.
Yeah,
once we discovered this, I posted it in the chat group and I said, listen, Moncks Corner people, I make a motion that from now on, we call MC, I'm not even going to say the name now, because of Mr. Monk and what he did to our people. We're going to call where we're from either one or two things, the corner or Moco. The young people have been calling it Moco already.
They have been. So
the
younger generation knew about our
Maybe the younger generation knew and we didn't know.
Damn. Man, that really hurts, man.
I was like, man, should I say something about this, man, on the air?
No, man, knowledge is power, man. I mean, there's a lot of people from Moncks Corner probably listening to this, see this, and now they'll know, man, because I've never heard that.
Moco. If you look it up right now, Moco.
That hurts, man.
Moncks Corner, yeah. A vicious slave owner that stamped T. Monk on all of his slaves' chests.
Oh, my God.
That's what our town is named after, that dude.
Let me make sure it's not on mine, man.
Nah, it's not on yours, sir. It's not on yours.
Golly, that's sick, man.
When I heard that, man, when I read that, it's actually, you can go and read it. When I read that, I was like, well, I'll be damned.
Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Two Live Stews experience going down on a wonderful, beautiful Wednesday. Should I not say that, man? Are we dating ourselves? Should I not do that?
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that. I
All
don't know
right,
what does Trees have to say about that. Tree, thumbs up, thumbs down. Don't say dates because you're dating the show. And this thing is going to live in.
Down. She says down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All
the
right.
show's going to live in forever.
Right. Okay.
Well, I mean, it's a different format. So how was the weekend? Let's get to that. How was the weekend?
Great weekend, man. The wife was out of town, so it was just me and the kids, man. And that's always fun, man. You know, I let them do their thing. I cook breakfast every morning. We go out every evening for dinner, for lunch or snacks in between breakfast and dinner. You on your own. They video game. Dad watches Young and the Restless, cleans up and does his thing, man. It was a great weekend. Looking for something to do this weekend, I took the kids to see One Love, man.
The Bob Marley story. How was it?
Yeah. Did you see it?
No, hell no.
Okay. Hell no. What do you mean hell no? Why you say
no?
Hell
I
no?
haven't. I don't know. I don't know why I say hell no. I haven't seen it. I want to see it.
Yeah. Shout out to Bob Marley, man. The folks at Rotten Tomatoes.
You know what?
Like it that much.
I'll tell you the problem I got with the movie, and I'm going to see it because I support all black movies. But go ahead, and remind me to tell you the reason why I'm kind of scratching my head on this movie.
One Love is the latest in a long line of musical biopics in recent years, according to most critics. The 2024 movie doesn't do enough to separate itself from the crowd and falls to justice to Bob Marley's impressive and profound legacy. However, when looking at the audience's thought of the film, their reviews are vastly different. Shouts out to the good folks I got that from. My sources, the Screen Rant. Shouts out to Sarah Little for that. I thoroughly loved it.
So Rotten Tomatoes gave it 42% rating,
that's
and the
not a good
audience
rating, is it? That's a bad rating, right?
42% is horrible. So
Yeah, that's bad.
Rotten Tomatoes are the
A bunch of white people talking about black movie. That's it.
Yeah.
That's why it's a 42%.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm not knocking Tree for posting the Rotten Tomatoes thoughts, but I don't even read their stuff when they criticize movies or tell us their takes on movies. They don't see things the way we do.
Yeah.
Sir, what I didn't like was I was thinking it was going to be a movie of his entire life. Which, when you really think about it, he lived 36 years, passed of cancer. That's too much to put in an hour and a half, 2-hour film.
Right.
So the basis of this movie, do you buy his music or listen to his music?
Oh yeah, I love Bob Marley. I actually got a Bob Marley T-shirt.
Okay.
I'll wear it on the show one day.
This movie was all about the Exodus album and his recording of the Exodus album.
Yeah.
So if you know that album, which the majority of us do, and you like that album, you're gonna love this movie.
Right.
That's right. Yeah, man. It was I really enjoyed it, man. Morgan sat beside me in the movie like she always does because she steals my popcorn. I really buy it for her. She thinks it's for me, but I let her think she's getting away with stealing the popcorn. It's something that dad does with daughter. But every time they play one of the songs, man, I'm in there standing up, singing the songs. I'm feeling good. I had like 3 gummies in me too. Look, man.
You had 3 what? You had 3 what in you?
What? When?
You said you had 3 gummies.
You misheard me. You misheard me. I said I really enjoyed the popcorn in Morgan's tummy while we were eating at the movie.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. But really good film, man. I recommend you going to see it for sure.
Here's the thing, man, and you're watching the 2 live stews.
I'm on 2 gummies right now.
I gotta, and this is just my hang up. I'm gonna go ahead and acknowledge it.
Okay.
I got a problem when they give a movie of that stature, of that big of a name, to a no name. Like the guy playing Bob Marley. I don't know who the hell that is.
Oh, this is perfect. We got to talk about this.
No, I'm serious. And no offense to the guy, but I almost feel like a role like Bob Marley, like Tupac.
Should be played by Ziggy, or should be played by one of Bob Marley's kids, or should be played by Tupac's kid?
That's a great idea. But what I mean is somebody established.
No.
Right? Don't laugh, and you're going to laugh. I almost feel like Denzel Washington needs to play Bob Marley, man. I'm serious. I don't feel like a guy that I've never heard of or seen in a movie. I read an article. He actually played in the Barbie movie this summer, which I didn't see. But I almost feel like that role is too big for a newcomer.
Okay, so let's talk about this.
Tell me what you think. And I want to hear Tree's opinion on this as well. We're going to move on.
Yes, it's a newcomer. However, it's a trained thespian, sir. Everybody wants Ziggy's kid to play it, or one of the other Bob Marley's other kids. Oh, the Marleys should have been doing this. No, the Marleys aren't trained actors. The Marleys couldn't do it. If the Marleys would have done it, it may have been more. It may have been more Rasta-like, more Rastafarian-like.
Absolutely.
But it wouldn't have been portrayed and sold the way it is now. Trained actors need to be on films for movies for them to make money, man.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, and I didn't suggest.
And real quick, remember what you're going to say. And
you look like the Black Pat McAfee with that tank top. I was trying to figure, who does this guy look like with this damn black T-shirt on? You know what I'm talking about, right?
I do, man. Pat McAfee with ESPN.
They cut him a check for that little
$85 million check, player. 5 years, $85 million.
They give him $85 million. They can give us 50. Yeah. They can give us 50, right?
Man, listen, give me 2 and you never see me again. Anyway, so I'm the Marleys. I stay after the movie ends to watch all the credits because sometimes they'll throw another scene in there after the credits roll.
Right. So
while we're sitting there, I'm reading the credits as they're rolling through. The Marleys were all over that movie. They were directors. They were producers. They were on the technician crew. They were gaffers. I mean, they did all kinds of stuff with the film.
So let me make sure for the record. I wasn't thinking one of the Marleys to play the role. I'm just saying somebody established.
Shout out to Courtney Williams. Courtney Williams said Doug wants Samuel Jackson to play Barack Obama too.
Right. Malcolm X played by Denzel Washington. Ray Charles played by Jamie Foxx. Give me another big movie on a big known superstar that
Tree's
wasn't
hand is
played
raised.
by. Go ahead, Tree. Hey, Tree.
Come on, Tree.
Angela Bassett slayed Tina Turner.
Right.
She did. She
Angela
did.
Bassett, Tina Turner.
Okay.
And listen,
Tree,
I'm going to see it because I
Come back,
support
Tree.
all
Real
black
quick. Come back,
movies.
Tree.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Real quick, Doug.
Mm-hmm.
Name me one actor that has dreads down to their shoulder.
Well, I mean, the dreads is nothing. They can throw a
Lenny
dread wig at
Kravitz.
anybody.
Lenny Kravitz.
Okay.
That's
well,
it.
Well,
Lenny
no,
Kravitz
hold
should
on.
have played,
Hold on,
played
man,
Bob
man.
Marley.
Lenny Kravitz would have had sex with everybody in that damn film. I'm sorry.
Allegedly.
sorry.
Where are you talking
Allegedly.
about?
Where'd that even come from?
Well, didn't he have like a sex addiction back in the day?
I've never heard that before.
Never
I don't
heard
know where
Okay,
you got
all right.
that from.
My
I don't
bad.
know where you got that
believe you.
Tree,
Yes.
delete that from the scene. Delete that. Don't worry about
No
that.
problem.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry, man. The Marleys couldn't have pulled that role off. The kid that played it, I don't even know his name. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. He did an outstanding job, man. The movie
Yeah.
was really good. I'm giving it 4 out of 5 afros.
Okay, Sylvester in the chat group says Chadwick Boseman wasn't that known when he played James Brown. That's a good
Look
point.
at that.
That's a good
Look
point.
at that.
And he played the hell out of James Brown.
Hey, man.
You saw that movie, right?
I did.
That
Listen,
our whole boy
man.
Chadwick Boseman.
There is so much content in theaters, in Netflix, on Hulu. I mean, there's so much content. Samuel Jackson and Denzel Washington can't be every black person, man. They just
Listen,
can't.
I was being kind of facetious when I said that. You know the point I'm trying to make.
Kingsley,
Like, that role seems like it's too big for just a new guy on the scene.
Bob Marley was played by Kingsley Ben Adair. Outstanding job.
Okay,
That brother
I'm gonna see
killed
it,
it, man.
Like I said, I'm gonna see it.
That brother killed it, man. And if you like his music, I highly guarantee you go see it, man.
So I asked you what you did this weekend. You saw the movie with the family.
Yep.
This past weekend and this past week, they kicked my black ass out of Facebook, man. And I don't know if you've been on Facebook the last couple of days. Tree started a hashtag Free Dougie.
That's awesome.
And listen, man, I don't know what I did to these people at Facebook, man. We got 40,000 people in the group. I don't know if 40,000 people actually see everything we post and everything that's posted because of the algorithm thingy or whatever. But we do business on Facebook. We promote Stu's interests on Facebook. I got like 5,000. Don't do that. I got like 5,000 pictures on Facebook, and it's gone.
It's gone. You know the problem, man?
Now, we're working on it. We're working because clearly it was a mistake, but we're working on it. But as of now, I can't talk to the Stewies, to nobody in the chat group, nothing.
They've probably had a good few days without you, man. But the problem with this is simply this. Who do you call when you get locked out of Facebook? Who do you contact?
Hey, man, they got me running around chasing my tail. Like, they've got this appeal process that I'm trying to do, and you never speak to a person. You never, ever speak to a person. You're chasing your tail, and this thing is serious. Like, they're so big that they don't give a damn about the people.
Yeah, right, man.
They don't give a damn that that I don't have my Facebook. Like, I'm a Facebook addict.
You are one of a few million ninjas they could care less about.
Right. Absolutely.
And that hurts, man, because clearly we've talked about this is our second show talking about it now. Clearly you're addicted too, man. Clearly you got to have it.
No. I promote what I do in the daytime. I promote the stews. Yeah, listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I told the story. I already told the story about JT.
Yes.
Did I tell that story?
You did.
Okay, yeah. So for anybody dho didn't hear it, longtime friend of the radio.
I knew you was gonna do that.
Yeah, but because we get new people watching.
What I said, whether I said yes or no.
No, but I didn't
recap the story again, and you should. Go ahead.
No, but I didn't want to say it as if I didn't say it already.
Understood.
Okay, so I told the story how when we first got shown the door, the great JT the Brick just befriended us at some point in our radio career, and we went to Vegas, and he said, "Hey, man, come and play golf with us." And one of the things he said was, hey, you need to find a way to connect with the people while you're gone, while you're gone. And I started the group, like 50. It's been as long as we started it, like right when the show got canceled, and
Damn.
You know, it served its purpose because we still got a connection to the people. But bottom line is it's a circle. I'm running in a circle and I can't figure out how to get it back on. We actually made some strides, so it might be on and popping, but it's not going to be an easy thing, man. An easy task.
Wow, that's wild, man. And again, I know you're using it for promotion and stuff, but I don't care why you're using it. You're addicted.
No,
you got to have it.
Nah, I've been just fine over the last week. I've been just fine.
Well,
I feel like that. I feel like not everybody knows about us doing this show because I'm not there to promote it.
I understand.
You see what I'm saying?
I understand. And while you're down, I'm gonna do a better job of promoting it for you, man. I need to pick up my weight when it comes to making sure that the promotion is being done while you're down.
Yeah, I mean, it's promotions is the whole thing. It's the key.
Speaking of addictions, man, I do have an addiction when it comes to Southern Edge. I think I really, really, really am in love with our beverage, man. Yeah. Shouts out to the good folks from Southern Edge. You can always check us out at Southern Edge on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. Sweet tea vodka and the salted caramel flavored whiskey, which is my favorite, man. It is a must-have, man. Springtime's coming. It's about to get warm. People are about to start putting on sundresses, and I'm talking about the females, the beautiful females. They would really enjoy a touch, 2 or 3 fingers of the sweet tea vodka, man, straight on ice. You ain't got to mix it with nothing else. You can enjoy it right there out the bottle, shorty.
Yeah.
So make sure you check out the good folks at Southern Edge Beverage Company.
Hey, listen, by the way, everybody in the Facebook group or in the chat room or anybody that watches this video, it's very important that y'all tell people about this.
Please.
Like seriously, we really need your help. I mean, because we got to get the word out, man. And people want to hear the show, but a lot of people just don't know because of, you know, getting kicked off Facebook and whatnot and promoting the word.
One time to the lovely Tina, she just said Tree does a great job of promotion, man.
Absolutely.
She does a great job of doing her job.
Absolutely.
I'm tired of you, Doug Stewart.
I didn't say anything about you, Tree.
Exactly.
I'm saying you can't do it all on your own. My promotion efforts go a long way. I can promote. I've been having parties since the 10th grade.
That's true.
I've been throwing events since the 10th grade. I know
That's
how to
true.
Promote and market.
Yep.
I'm not saying you do anything bad, but I'm telling you, my efforts, they make a huge impact, I think.
I'm going to answer Tree's question. She said, where were you doing parties? At any hole in the wall somebody would give him. You hear me?
Really? I need to hear some stories. So you're saying you were
Hold on. I got a story. I got a quick story. I'm a senior in high school, and people from Moco remember this.
Moco, I'll never say that other word again, man.
Right. I'm a senior in high school. This is 1987 year. It was cold, I believe. And me and my boy B had a party at the Lodge Hall, at the Masonic Hall in our hometown.
Dad probably got it for you for $25 or something like that.
Hold on, listen. I'm gonna tell a story, right? So we had this party, and the party was like not just from our hometown or the corner. It was people from the next towns over. So St. Stephen, Cross people,
Macedonia
people packed out the Lodge Hall. 1987, I come home and I got like $2,000. I had it laid out on the floor. The next morning, Saturday morning, our old man walk in, God bless his soul. Our old man walk in the room. He see all this money on the floor. I look up and I say, look, Dad. That cat said, you made all that money from that party last night? I said, yes. Well, I'll be damned. And that cat turned around and walked out. He turned around and walked out, shaking his head. Yeah. I've been doing this a long time, sir. I've been marketing a long time.
I was in that party, man.
Yeah.
I was in that party, man.
Now, it taught me a very valuable lesson in my promotion marketing world. You got to have security. Boy, some Hugh G came and shot up the party. At the end of the night, this is 1987. At the end of the night,
it was from Hugh G, man? Are you sure it was from Hugh G?
I'm 100% it was them ninjas from Hugh G that almost killed me one night. Well, that's another story. Yep. That's another story. It was 100% the ninjas from Hugh G, always coming out of town, trying to take our girls and breaking up our parties. Kane Hoy, Hugh G, they knew who they are.
There was some party breaker-uppers for sure, man. You had girlfriends down in Hugh G, man? I'm just curious.
No, I ain't know a person from Hugh G. You know the only person I knew from Hugh G? Big Bob.
Robert
Porsche.
Yeah. Nah, I used to sow my royal oats down there in UG all the time.
What? Man, I never
I
been.
had a few friends. I had a few friends from Cane Hoy and UG, man, and Mount Pleasant, man.
Man,
I was bigger than just Moncks Corner, man. I used to travel around in that little range.
Yeah. I go to St. Stephen maybe one time a year.
Oh,
I go to UG never. I go to Cross never.
And think about it, man.
I've never stopped in Cross.
Something that before we get into All-Star Weekend, man, it is
or Holly Hill or any of the places like that.
The reason why I went to those areas and to other schools all the time, man, is because it's easy for the new guy to get some underwear. It's easy. Everybody want a shot at the new guy.
I never realized that, and I was doing good. I was doing good for myself in Moncks Corner. in Moco. I was doing good for myself in Moco. Why would I travel when I got all of this right here?
Man, we're going to get to this All-Star game, man, but I did good in Moncks Corner too, but you tend to have a boo in Moncks Corner, man. So if you go to one of them other surrounding schools,
when nobody knows
your business, man, you can freely be who you want to be with other folk at them other schools.
Yeah, you were much more advanced than me in that. I was good.
Man, I had a stunner at every school. I'm not going to call no names, but I was winning back in the day. I was really winning.
All right, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, the Two Live Stews. You are watching, brought to you by Southern Edge.
The Two Live Stews Experience, man. Did you know that the Rising Star game was coming on Friday, Doug? Did you know that?
They've been doing that for a couple of years, but I didn't watch that. And I'm going to tell you about what else I didn't really watch either. And just talking about the All-Star game.
I fell upon the skills challenge on Saturday. I fell upon it, man. I totally forgot, because if there's one thing that I do not care about, it's about the All-Star game, man. We'll get into it. But
yeah, I mean, we can get into it right now. As a matter of fact, I mean, I don't really – and the big thing about the All-Star game, man, is what – and I think this is a societal problem, okay? And we were going to talk about hip-hop back in the day compared to hip-hop now, and this video that this young dude dropped on.
Man, are you still talking about that damn video?
I am. We're going to talk about it at some point. But it ties into the point that I want to make about this, the All-Star game. Like, what's changed in these kids in society and these young people where they don't want to compete?
My hand's raised.
They don't want to compete. They don't want to battle. They just want to, do nothing and take the easy way out and everything.
My hand's raised, man.
Go ahead.
What's changed is the fact that 5 starters in the East, 5 starters in the West, those 10 players, right? Those 10 players that started in that game this past weekend, their salaries total $378 million, man. Those 10 players that started that game, if you add up their money, their contract is $378 million. That's what's changed. I'm not getting in no dunk contest. I'm not playing my hardest trying to pull no muscles. I'm not doing nothing on the week I'm supposed to have off if I'm making $50 to $60 million a year. That's hazardous, man. I'm not doing it. Wait, okay. Looks like Big Brother is. Yeah, you still there, Doug? All right. Well, I'll carry on while we wait for Doug to show back up. The dunk contest requires an influx of G League players. Okay? And Tree and I are going to play a video here in a second to show and prove that there's still some good dunkers out there. But before we do that, 211 to 186. The game on Sunday, the final score was 211 to 186. That's 3 points away from 400 points scored in an All-Star game. That's ridiculous, man. 168 3-point shots taken. Yeah, it's borderline impossible to watch. And I did watch like the first quarter and a half. What I watched for while I'm watching the All-Star game, and it is the Two Live Stews, as we wait on Doug Stewart to return to the Two Live Stews experience. What I watch when I'm watching the All-Star game on Sunday is who's in the stands. I'm not watching them play basketball because they're not playing basketball. They're literally running up and down the court, not fast. They're jogging. They're doing bounce passes off the floor, trying to catch alley-oops instead of throwing them in the air, bouncing it off the floor. They're throwing balls off the backboard. They're not playing any defense. They're literally giving everybody that's dribbling the ball and coming down the court a free way to the goal. It is totally unwatchable. What I did enjoy about All-Star Weekend, and what I was, quite frankly, terrified about during All-Star Weekend, is the Steph versus Sabrina three-point contest. I'm not sure if y'all watched that, okay? But Stephen Curry and Sabrina, I can't think of her last name right now. She's a WNBA player, one of the best in the WNBA. She's one of the best three-point shooters in the WNBA. They had a one-on-one three-point contest where she went first and she shot from the guy's three-point line. That was one of the most entertaining things that I have seen in a while. The entire time I'm watching her shoot, I mean, I'm not a Steph fan. I'm more of a LeBron guy, as you guys probably take that from the last show we did a couple of days ago. But I was watching Sabrina shoot in the first round, and Lord, oh Lord, the first bucket or the first rack of shots, 5 shots, she drained off 5 of them. The second rack, she drained like 2 or 3 of them straight off the back. So I'm like, oh my God, she's going to beat Steph Curry. Y'all listen to me. If Steph Curry would have lost to Sabrina, them folk would have had a field day. Oh, he's y'all's best. Oh, he's the NBA's best. And he got outdone by a female shooting from the three-point line that the men shoot from in the NBA. Oh, every shot Steph took, and he started off cold. Every shot he took, I'm literally praying that he hits the buckets. I'm literally praying that he hits the buckets. Oh, okay. Welcome back, Doug.
Yeah, I'm back, man. I don't know why y'all can't see my face right now.
Okay, I see you now. I was talking about All-Star Weekend, man, and how the best part of it, in my eyes, was Stephen Curry versus Sabrina in the three-point contest that they had that Saturday.
I watched none of the All-Star game, man. I watched, and this is no lie, I watched 5 minutes of the game, but the slam dunk contest, all of the little activities before that, I didn't watch none of that, man. It's horrible.
We're going to get back to the slam dunk contest in a second because I've got to show you something. There's still hope. But before we get to the hope, you didn't watch any of it?
Nah, because it's horrible. I don't understand how anybody could watch any of it. So I changed the channel like in 5 minutes. I tried to watch it, and then I saw where it was going, with everybody just letting everybody make layups and shoot three-pointers from half court, and I stopped watching.
While you were gone, man, I talked about the fact that 168 three-point shots were taken. 168, man. And 397 points was scored between the two teams, man.
Right.
There's no fun and excitement in that. However,
it's terrible.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So I'm watching the dunk contest for the first round, and it's G League players out there, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the NBA during All-Star Weekend can't even fill the roster of dunkers with current NBA players. They have been subjected to going down to the G League to find people to dunk.
Well, the McClung kid, the white kid that won it last year, who won it again this year, he's a G League player. So they had Jaylen Brown, Matt McClung, Jamie Jaquez, and Jacob Tobin. I don't know 3 out of them 4 guys. Okay, the McClung guy is once again the white kid that's 5'11" or whatever, can jump out of the gym. He's entertaining.
He's
entertaining, but what happened to the days when Dominique and Jordan and now Zach LaVine won a dunk contest a couple years ago. Aaron Gordon won a dunk contest a couple years ago. But I want to see Anthony Edwards. I want to see Giannis. I want to see quote unquote high flyers in the dunk contest. They don't care anymore.
They don't care.
It used
well,
to
they're
be
making too much money,
thing.
man. Before you disappeared, I talked about the fact that the 2 starting 5s, East and West, those 10 players, their salaries together combined is $370 million, man. So that's why they're not playing.
Right.
That's why they're not putting forth any effort, because They don't want to pull a muscle. They don't want to blow their knee out. They don't want to mess their back up, man.
Why
They're making
not?
too much
Hold
money.
on. Stop right there. Stop right there. That's the point that I think everybody is missing. Their contracts are guaranteed. This ain't the NFL. This ain't the NFL where you play in an NFL a Pro Bowl game and you get hurt. You're going to lose money because you can't play because your contracts aren't guaranteed in the NFL. These guys, if they break their legs in 30 places, they are still going to get paid their contracts.
But they're not.
So that's not an excuse.
They're not going to be able to play, man.
But what's the difference between them breaking their leg in the All-Star game and a regular game?
Man,
There's nothing.
As a former professional athlete, man,
you play
we
football.
Love what we do. We love what we do. We love to play the game.
So why did Jordan and Isaiah Thomas and Larry Bird and those guys compete the way they did in the All-Star game?
Well, Michael was the only one making money. Michael's contract it went from $25 million to like $35 million, and then it went up. But the other guys, Isaiah Zeke, them wasn't making no money, man. These kids are making $50 to $60 million a year, man. I'm not pulling my muscle during my week off.
Okay, all right.
Now, for those who say every dunk under the sun has been done, for those who say the slam dunk contest is a lost art, it'll never be the same again, I want to show you Exhibit A.
Hear voices I don't want to understand. My car keys are jingling in my hands. My high heels are clicking towards your door. It's this one thing that got me tripping.
Oh my Lord.
This one thing that got me tripping. You did this one thing. You're so
Shouts out to How to Dunk on Instagram, man. They had this best dunk tutorial this past weekend after the slam dunk contest, man.
Yeah, they probably need to bring them guys in.
There
was some and one guys back in the day when the and one was still around that could really go. That could really get up there.
There were 3 dunks on that video we just showed from the good folks at How to Dunk on IG. There were 3 folks that did dunks that was never seen before. At least I never saw them.
Mm-hmm.
So those are young kids that are still grade school kids, man. Mm-hmm. They're not even in college yet.
Speaking of Anthony Edwards, Atlanta's own, he says it's always fun. Comments after the game, it's always fun. I don't know what they can do to make it more competitive. It's a break. I don't think nobody wants to come out here and compete. What? He shouldn't even say that. First of all, remember what you used to say growing up? Don't let anybody hear you say that again.
Well,
keep that to yourself.
That's where keeping it real goes wrong.
Right. Keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
Secondly, it's an easy fix to this, and I hate that it even has to go to this. The easy fix is pay them. Pay an incentive, just like they did for this in-season tournament. That
the
LeBron
the winners of the in-season tournament all received $500,000.
Right. So if this in-season tournament was so big and they wanted to win it, which I find hard to believe, and acted the way that LeBron and them did, then they're going to have to just do the same thing for the All-Star game to make these guys play. People don't want to see nobody out there in a glorified layup line.
It's a bad look,
horrible.
Man.
I almost think it's worse than the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl actually says, you know what? The football, man, these cats, they're not going to do this. Different story. I understand a little bit more for the Pro Bowl once again for the reasons I just talked about. The money, their money ain't guaranteed. I can understand them being worried about getting hurt. This basketball thing is horrible. It's absolutely horrible.
Free lanes, bounce passes for alley-oops. They shot 168 3-pointers, man. As a matter of fact, I believe it was the West. The West only made 35% of their threes, and that's all they were doing, were taking 3-pointers, man.
It was silly.
It's a bad look, man. But again, if you get time, run back that Steph and Sabrina 3-point contest, man, because Stephen Curry had to hit the last shot to beat her.
Let me ask you this.
He had to hit the last ball to beat the female that plays in the WNBA, and she shot from the men's 3-point line.
Yeah, but let me ask you a question. Was she playing with the smaller women's basketball? Can we check that? Can we verify that?
We can definitely verify that. I'm not sure if she was or not.
Tree's clutching her pearls like a lot of people don't know that women play with a smaller ball.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that. Tree did not know that. She's given a A lot of people don't know that. So, and maybe she wasn't, But I would bet she probably was because she's not used to shooting with a bigger ball. Why would
Well,
they make her shoot with a bigger ball?
Hold on.
A men's-sized ball.
She shot from the men's three-point line.
Right.
In the WNBA, their three-point line is not as far as the men's. She took every shot from the same place Steph took his shots.
Okay.
So that's why I'm thinking that they had the same ball, but I could be wrong, but we'll find out.
Okay, so when I dropped out, I guess all my chat dropped out too. I can't see anything. Maybe somebody in the chat room can do a quick research and find out if in that contest the women are using women's basketballs compared to men's basketballs.
Question for you, man.
Uh-huh.
What if Steph would have missed that last shot?
Yeah,
which was the money ball and lost to Sabrina.
All of the women's lib players and the supporters in the world would have come out of the woodwork. Right, rightfully so.
They would have killed him.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was dead set against him doing it because I know how good of a shooter she is, but he did it anyway. And, man, he had to hit the last ball to beat her.
Here's part of the argument on why these guys don't want to play in the game and they don't want to participate, because they'll look bad and it'll quote unquote hurt their brand. So that was the reason why they had given for many, many years when LeBron first got in the league, why he never got into the dunk contest, because he didn't want to lose.
Tree says that she shot from the NBA three-point line, which is roughly 12 to 18 inches farther than the basket than the WNBA line, depending on the area on the floor, of course, where that is. Shouts out to the good folks in ABC in San Francisco for putting that up there for us. Look, man, I was terrified the whole time Steph was shooting, thinking this girl was going to beat him.
Right.
It would have made for great TV, but he would have been devoured, being the quote-unquote best shooter in the history of the NBA, losing to a lady that plays in the WNBA.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that no one would say, even if he lost, that she was better than him, because
a better shooter.
Yeah, but
a better shooter.
Yeah, I don't know about that. The reason I say that is because Steph got like 13, 14 years, however long he's been in the NBA, worth of tape showing that he's the greatest three-point shooter ever.
No, man.
He might have had a bad night. You can have a bad night. You can have one bad night.
If you have a bad night and get bested by someone else, that's enough for the world to hold it over your head.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, I was terrified.
Mm-hmm.
I was terrified. Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, Two Live Stews, here talking about the All-Star Game on the Two Live Stews experience. Man, we appreciate y'all for hanging out. Everybody in the Facebook group, everybody on YouTube, we really, really appreciate y'all. We've got to address something else when it comes to this All-Star Weekend, man, that you didn't watch any of.
One thing. Tree, do we still have the chat? Can we still see the chat messages?
Yes.
Okay.
We can. Yes, sir. I put them at the bottom.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can't see them for whatever reason.
I'll work on it for you.
Did you have a problem with Draymond Green and Charles Barkley doing that? Well, you didn't watch it. The commentary that they did, man?
Well, once again, I didn't watch it, but I've seen like First Take and other shows in the controversy. I understand it's not really a controversy. I guess the question I would say is that everybody wants to know is, how the hell Draymond Green get a job being an analyst for the NBA when the NBA just kicked him out of the league for punching his or getting to a fight where he hit a guy across the face, and then his history with punching his teammate.
It's too many things to mention that he's done. He's done 3 to 5 things a year for the last 5 years before they sat his behind down.
Yeah. The big one is punching his teammate. Poole.
You do know why they did what they did, right?
It's money. He has a podcast that I think is very well. Yeah.
He moves the bottom line. He's a riveting player. He's one of the NBA's tough men. He's one of the NBA's professional goons. And he can spit, man. He can talk. He's got gallant talent. He's quick with his tongue. He's got instant comebacks all the time.
He's like a bootleg Charles Barkley. And you're right. I think people that are controversial, like Randy Moss got a job in media. Right. Shannon Sharp got a job in media. Why do you think that? What's the connection with all of those guys? Shannon, Randy Moss, Draymond Green, Charles Barkley, because they were outspoken when they played.
Right.
They got into a lot of controversial things and did a lot of controversial things, and that stuff sells. Simple as
controversy sells, sir. Controversy sells.
Yeah. I despise Draymond though.
Well,
I really do. I hate Draymond, and hate is a strong word. I dislike Draymond even more than I dislike Rodman. You know why? Because Rodman had like a fun kind of side to all of the antics that he was doing when he played in the NBA. Even when he kicked somebody in the go-go's, in the two balls, okay?
The testicles. Say testicles. It's
testicles are acceptable.
Yeah.
Even when he did that type of stuff, he was like, this guy's just crazy. He's just.
Shouts out to Big L, man. He said everyone loves watching a fool, and that's the truth, man. Everybody, everyone enjoys the loosey goosey guy, man.
You know what? You know what took it over the top for me with Draymond, though, is this whole thing when he punched Jordan Poole square in the face. One thing I hate is a bully, man.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all.
I mean, one thing I hate is a bully. He way bigger than that dude, punched him square in the jaw, stole on him, basically. You know, we had the show where we talked about what's the difference from stealing on somebody and sucker punching somebody. Do we ever establish what's the difference? I think he stole on him. He stole on Jordan Poole. That dude is half his size, wouldn't expect his teammate to punch him in his face, and Draymond go out like that. I didn't like that. Not been a fan ever since.
I'm going to question that.
Go
I
ahead.
don't think he was stealing on them because they were bickering. And if you bickering,
come on, man.
Possibly, hold on.
Okay.
If you're bickering and possibly even cursing someone else, I don't know exactly what was said, but if you're doing that, then you need to be prepared for me to throw my hands.
This was a big topic of discussion one day on the show 20 years ago.
Right.
We were trying to differentiate what's the difference between getting stole on and getting sucker punched.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the deviation between the two.
If you're in somebody's personal space or a step away from their personal space and you're in a heated debate / argument, tempers can fly, and yes, you could get caught in the face with one. You need to be prepared.
I think they're pretty much the same thing now that I think about it. If you're standing in somebody's face and y'all yapping, and then he just swing on you, somewhat unexpectedly, that's you getting stole on.
Well, look, man, hold
But
on.
at the same time, you could kind of say that at the same time, that's a sucker punch as well. I think they're the same thing.
You and I's second or third favorite sport is boxing.
Right.
What does the ref tell the fighters before the fight?
Protect yourself at all times.
At all times. So I don't care even if I'm between y'all. I don't care if I'm trying to stop y'all. Make sure you are protecting yourself at all times because we in here fighting.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, if I'm in a heated debate with anybody, family member, stranger on the street, and he's within arm shot of me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to protect myself and make sure I either keep my distance or I'm ready to throw them things, man.
Yeah, but if somebody tries to swing on you in that vicinity, what would you call that? Hey, man, would you tell your friend, man, dude stole on me? Or, man, dude sucker punched me. That's all it was. Which one are you saying?
Man, a sucker punch is like when someone comes up from behind and swings on you. Sucker punch is when...
That's it. Sucker punches you had no idea was coming.
You don't
didn't
see it coming. He's a sucker for swinging on you when you're not looking.
Sucker punches, you arguing with a dude. It's crazy. We spent 10 minutes on the definition of a sucker punch. Sucker punch is you arguing with a dude, a crowd of people has circled them. One of the dudes in the circle reach over and hit you on the top of your damn skull.
Yeah, man.
That's a sucker punch.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
When you're not looking and
These things are
someone
important.
punches you.
These things are important.
And you're not the sucker for receiving the punch. Said puncher is the sucker for throwing it.
I haven't been a fan of Draymond. He probably don't care, but I was done with him after that because that was bad.
Well, and the reason
that was bad.
Well, Pooh should have been prepared because if you let people tell it, he talks more trash than anybody that in the world. So that's probably why
Jordan Poole?
Yes, that's probably why Draymond just couldn't take it.
No, Draymond did that because he knew dude wasn't gonna do nothing back.
Well, I agree.
He would not have done that to Shaq. He would not have done that to Ron Artest. He
Yes.
would not have done that to any player his size or bigger.
It's
He
like,
did that because he knew he could.
It's like me punching you, man. I'm gonna lose if I win, and I'm gonna lose if you beat me. Well, I mean, because everyone can look at me and tell that I can easily kick you behind. I'm much bigger, I'm much stronger, better athlete, former pro player. So why am I fighting little old Doug Stewart that kicks his feet like this when he's sitting in a chair?
What do the young people say? Cap. That's a cap. That is a cap. I don't care what you say, how loud you say it. You ain't gonna kick my ass ever. And you've never kicked my ass.
Well, that's not true. That's not true. That first time you came back from college and I was ready, and you went outside in that front yard, and your boy Bubby was there.
That didn't count. That wouldn't count.
Why it didn't count?
Because it was dark. And I couldn't see you.
So why you go outside if it was dark?
And listen, I tripped. It was dark. I tripped. Same thing like in the studio back 20 years ago.
Okay.
Shag, we get to tussling in the studio, and Shaggy them, I dump you on your head. Shaggy them bring out the camera and start videoing when you turn the tables and you jump me from behind.
Doug, I was just about to say,
you're a big guy, Ryan. You jump me from behind, Ryan.
There's film on that.
There's film, but you jump me.
There's film of
anybody there can tell a story that you jumped me after I walked away.
Hey, look, man. You came back popping off. You in college. You was feeling all good. I think you might have already been a Q dog, too. So you really feeling yourself. When you walked outside, let's go outside now. Let's go outside now. When you got up and went outside and Bubba went behind you, I turned around as I'm walking outside, and R5 looks at me and says, hey, man, you've been lifting them weights. It's time for you to go kick his ass.
You did not say that. You just made that up.
That's not okay. Well, you ended up getting your ass kicked just like you said. Excuse the French.
That's not true.
Excuse the French.
Last sports thing I want to talk about before we get to these hyenas in the country.
Okay.
College football going to 12-team playoffs.
I love it.
What's your thoughts? They're going to the Big Five conferences.
5 plus 7. Yep.
And then the next 5, what do they call those second set of people? They call them the group of 5.
Right.
And then they're going to get 2 more teams. All right.
Yep.
I guess allegedly team 11 and 12.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on going to 12 teams as compared to the last couple of years doing 4?
They got
like it, love it, hate it, what?
They got 8 more chances to get it right. The 14 playoff, I never liked that from the start.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense because you had 5 Power 5 schools.
That's right.
That
so
didn't even make any sense.
To the 5-7 model because you're going to go with every Power 5 out of those Power 5s. The conference champ will be in, and then you've got 7 other spots to play with from guys that are worthy behind those conference champs to get a shot at the title.
I'm okay with this because I want to be there and be a fan and watching when a 10 seed or a 12 seed wins the national championship.
Well,
it's probably not going to happen ever.
I was about to say,
but it may happen, and I'm interested in that. I would like to see that.
It's going to happen maybe 2 times out of 10. Okay, because
that a 10, 11, or 12 seed will win it all.
One of the first 4 will be the winner every year, man. I mean, you're gonna find Boise State being in there. You're gonna find Tennessee or Florida being in there behind Alabama and the big dogs in the SEC, the Alabama and Georgia. You're gonna find a Colorado messing around with Deion, get things straight out there and being in the 10th, 11th, 9th, 8th spot. But those cats aren't going to be able to compete with the big dogs.
So you're saying it's not going to happen, ever, where a lower seed is going to win it all?
A 20% chance for somebody higher than 4 to get it, man. It's always going to come down to them final 4.
Yeah.
And my question to you is this, man.
And you're watching the 2 Live Stews, Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, brought to you by SouthernEdgeVodka.com.
The 2 Live Stews experience, live and center.
That look like the Black Pat McAfee.
Stanford is now in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Stanford is now in the ACC. Stanford is out west, man. Stanford is, I'm sure you don't know. Stanford is in California, man.
Yeah. I heard.
Why are they, the Atlantic Coast Conference?
Yeah.
That's all on the East Coast, man.
It's all about money now. They don't give a damn about geography. They don't care nothing about that.
Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia. I mean,
yeah. It used to be a pride thing with these conferences and where they were located at geography wise. Like ACC were all teams from the South. Okay. The Big 12 were all teams from the deep South.
Deep South,
Okay.
which is Texas and those guys.
Texas, Oklahoma. The
Right.
Big Ten was the Midwest schools.
Right.
And the Pac-12 or whatever
Out west.
Pac-10 was out
Right.
west.
Look,
The
man,
whole geography of teams and, having pride in players majorly. If you're the South Carolina Gamecocks, you got a majority of players from the South. The majority of players from South Carolina.
Well, no,
So it was a
correction.
pride thing. Go ahead.
Correction. Every school, the bulk of their recruiting is done in state.
Yeah, that's what
And
I'm
that
saying.
only makes sense.
Right. So it was a pride thing, not only just the state players being from your state, but even, just being from the South in general. To me, I wanted South teams to beat West Coast teams. I want teams from the South to beat Midwest teams.
We grew up in South Carolina. Clemson and South Carolina, the two big dogs in the state of South Carolina.
Right.
If they played a school from North Carolina, even though I was more of a South Carolina fan, a USC fan, if they played a team from North Carolina, I wanted them to win because there's more guys from South Carolina on the team in South Carolina.
Right. So in that same example, I want North Carolina State to beat Iowa. I want North Carolina State to beat Oklahoma.
Correct.
I want North Carolina to beat University of Southern California.
Very good.
There's a pride thing in that.
Very
All
good.
of that's gone now.
So
all
listen,
of that's
man.
gone. It's all about money now, and it's blatant. It's about money. It's blatant that that's the case.
Not just Stanford in the ACC, man. So is Cal. So now you're making these kids fly across the country from the West Coast to the East Coast and the East Coast to the West Coast 5 to 6 times a year? No, Mom, you got to close that. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm talking to my daughter. I'm sorry. She came in the studio. Sweetheart, I love you so much. Don't do that. That's going to be conduct detrimental. That's going to be a problem, sir. That's not going to work well. These kids who have school and tests and 14 to 15 to 16 hours being taken, 17 hours being taken. Now, all of a sudden, you got me flying from the west to the east, 5 hours or so for a game. Are they going to go the whole week? Is it going to be a thing where they leave early on a Wednesday now so they can be prepared for a Saturday game? And if that's the case, and if that happens, what about school while they're gone? What about their test? What about assignments and projects being done? What about group assignments while you're going on your West Coast trip, which is now going to require you being gone from class 3 to 5 days out of your week versus leaving on a Friday after class, spending the night Friday night, getting up playing on Saturday, and coming back Saturday after game. Yeah, I get the purpose of the realignment. I get the purpose of conferences dropping teams and selecting other teams. I get the choice of schools going for schools they want to be in the same conference. But what I don't get is what this is going to do to the kids or the young men playing the sport, which is something that we talk about all the time, man. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, Two Eye Stews, the Two Eye Stews experience. Very happy that we're back spending time with y'all, man. If I'm not mistaken, our next show, depending on everyone's schedule, should be this Friday, Tree. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. No? Okay. I'm wrong. I want y'all to know something, y'all. I have told them whenever time and health allows, I'm willing to do a show. There's some times where the nerve damage in my neck and my back won't allow me to get out the bed. Okay? It is what it is. Y'all will experience that while we're doing this. There'll be a couple times where if I don't do the show from the bedroom, okay, I'm not going to be able to do the show because I can't tackle steps and stuff with this bad body 2 or 3 times throughout the course of the year. But with that being said, I am willing to come on whenever time and health allows to do a show to entertain y'all because I love y'all. I missed y'all over the last decade. What you got, Tree?
Are you serious?
I'm
right
dead
now?
serious. I'm dead serious.
Oh,
Your
wow.
boy, you know, I was blessed to bang bodies for a living 20 years ago. And I have severe nerve damage in my neck, my shoulder, my back, high in my back, low in my back, L3, L4, L5 is slammed together. You know, it's bad. Welcome back, Dougie.
Yeah, man.
I was talking about the
I apologize.
We got to get you a Wi-Fi booster, man. You got 2 boosters you need. The booster seat you sit on over there and the booster that you're going to need for your internet to work better, man.
I was about to throw the middle finger at you, but you're my brother, man.
Yeah, it's okay, man.
Yeah, I'm not
It's
going to
okay.
throw you the middle finger. I got to fix this, man. I don't know what's going on tonight. It's crazy.
Well, before you end up going again, and as a matter of fact, for the record, I'm enjoying when you disappear for a little while, man. I get to talk, and,
Right.
and I got everybody's attention, and me and Tree had a conversation just now. So, you know, if your internet goes out, man, again, don't worry about it. Just take the rest of the night off, man. I'll take
Right.
this on in.
Are you ready? Are you ready to get into this last story so we can get out of here?
Quick question for you first.
Okay.
What are the kids going to do about traveling when there's tests and stuff at school? Because they're going to have to be going more than one day now.
They don't care about
the kids in Cal and the kids in Stanford. They're not going to now leave on Fridays to come play Georgia Tech, man.
These kids, these schools don't give a damn about these kids and their academics.
That's sad, man.
This is coming out now.
That's sad, man.
You see what I'm saying?
That's sad,
It's
man.
coming out now. So this is crazy, and this is why. And I hate to get back on the high horse.
Oh man, the kids are now getting paid to play, and now the school is showing y'all that they don't care if y'all go to class or not.
This is why I'm talking about the relevancy of the 2 live stews. Yeah, I'm saying 2 live stews in third person. Okay, we were talking about this 20 years ago.
We were, man.
We were saying how unfair it is. These schools are making all this money on these kids,
Yep.
and the kids aren't getting anything.
Yep.
And not only that, we were talking about how the schools really don't care about the kids.
Mm-mm.
The fact now that you have an ACC historical team traveling all the way to California to play a Pac-10 team, or Pac-12 team, it shows they don't give a damn nothing about the kids. They care about that money.
No cap.
No cap.
No cap on that.
Oh,
one.
no cap. Oh, you have to say no in front of it.
Because you're not telling a lie. So
There
yes,
we
you
go.
have to put the no before the cap for it to make sense.
Man, we were talking about college athletes getting paid 20 years ago. We were talking about athletic running dual threat quarterbacks playing in the NFL, and now it's the latest craze. I mean, we just ahead of our time.
You're freaking visionaries.
We're visionaries. We're
Freaking prophets.
visionaries.
We're prophets, man.
Negrodamuses
Yeah.
have you.
Yeah. Doug Story Ryan still 2 Live Stews, the 2 Live Stews experience.
Okay,
Gotta
man,
give a shout out to our cousin, man. My cousin back in the crib. Your cousin too. Clifford Ellington. We know him as the Great Duke. Take it from here, Doug.
So this is a screenshot of a post. This is a screenshot of a post from one of our homeboys, a family member of ours, actually.
Duke.
And it says, spotted last night around 11:45 p.m. and 12 a.m. in Goose Creek by Recreational Park on Liberty Hall Road. Now, I used to watch The Wild Kingdom growing up. Shouts out to, what was that old white guy's name? Lauren Green? I can't remember his name right now. But I'm a big fan of animals and their culture and all of that stuff. I believe that's a hyena.
That's a hyena, sir.
Okay.
That to me, that appears to be a hyena walking around with a baby elephant trunk in his mouth.
No, an ape's arm. That's an ape's arm. So you think it's an elephant trunk. Go back to it. You think it's an elephant trunk that the hyena is walking around with. I think it's an ape's arm. I think it's an ape's arm.
A baby elephant trunk. Because an elephant's trunk is much bigger than that hyena. But a baby, that's about the size of a baby trunk.
Okay, so whether it's an elephant's trunk, a baby elephant's trunk, or an ape's arm, it looks like an ape's arm to me. Why are these wild jungle type animals hanging around the low country of South Carolina?
I've got a real answer for you.
And first of all, do you even believe that picture? There's been a lot of this going on lately. We'll get into that in a second.
I was just about to say that, sir. In our hometown, like where we literally grew up at, in the small town of Oakley, which is where we grew up at.
Gotcha.
They've been seeing some big cats that appear to be mountain lions.
No, they were saying Black Panthers.
Mountain lions, and they saw a Black Panther.
No, I believe that there's mountain lions in our area where we grew up at. I believe they're mountain lions. Black Panthers? Hell no. That's indigenous to Africa. And if you got a Black Panther in the low country of South Carolina, you need to have two because they've been seeing them forever, so they had to have mated.
All right.
I find it hard to believe there's a male and female Black Panther in the low country of South Carolina.
Two things, man.
And bring that picture back up one more time, Tree, please.
Two things, man.
Uh-huh.
We're building so many subdivisions and buildings.
Oh, yeah.
And going into the woods and into the forest deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper that we're encroaching on the habitat of the animals. I think these animals.
Brian, what I'm saying is hyenas are not indigenous to South Carolina. That's an African animal, man.
Okay.
Or some type of jungle animal. There should be no hyenas running around the low country of South Carolina.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
There's a safari in Pine Mountain about 30 minutes from where I live right now.
Oh, so
I live in Fortson, Georgia, and there's a safari in Pine Mountain, Georgia.
You're saying that these are escaped animals from the zoo.
So you think them animals don't get out of them cages, man?
No, man. If a damn hyena get out, they're going to track it down and find it.
No, stop.
They can't have hyenas running around public.
Doug, stop. We grew up in Moncks Corner, South Carolina.
Moco.
I'm sorry. We grew up in Moco, South Carolina.
Right.
How many times did our cousins, Spencer and Steve Scott, call us and ask us to come help them get the pigs back in the pen?
Oh, all the time.
How many times did Wendell and Kendall Mahon, the Caucasian brothers that lived up the street from us, how many times did they call us and say, hey, man, the cows got out of the pasture?
Yeah,
the horses got out of the pasture.
Those are domestic animals that we eat. You can't compare them to hyenas.
Hey, man, the deer got out of the pen. Animals escape.
But where's the hyena going to escape from? Africa? What's hyena?
Dogs get out of pens. Cats get out of houses and litter boxes. If you think for 1 second that animals in the zoo are in different safaris around the country that we live in or the state we live in, if you don't think they get away sometime and get out, you're naive, sir.
Nah, but if a hyena get loose, they got to go find it. They got to track it down. The authorities have to track it down. You can't have a hyena walking around the corner, man. That's all I'm saying. And not only that, go ahead, Tree.
They're not going to call the authorities because they're not supposed to have it there. When my children were little, we went to Myrtle Beach, and every time we went, where did we go? To that wild, whatever it was called, and that man got in trouble for having hyenas. It was all over the news because one got away. They're not calling for help.
Listen, man, they get locked up if they call for help.
Now,
if their leopard gets away. And think about this, man. If you look on Facebook and on Twitter and on social media, Instagram, you see several people that have big cats in their yards. Big cats in their homes.
You remember during COVID, everybody used to watch Netflix specials during COVID because we had nothing else to do but stay in the house and fear for our lives. You remember the tiger guy? What was the tiger guy? What was the name of that guy? What was the name of that series?
The guy that's dead now?
I don't think he's dead, but remember he had all these tigers.
Oh yeah. He was locked up.
Tiger King. It was
Tiger King.
Carol was the Carol with the cats and the Tiger King.
That's
right. But even the Tiger King didn't have animals that got away, tigers that got away and just roaming around town.
And you know what,
if a tiger gets loose, the authorities have to get it.
I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper, man.
And you're watching the Two Live Shoes.
I used to own part of a tiger. And Dorsey owned part of a Black Panther. There was a safe haven, some kind of thing down in Miami, man, where they would get current athletes, to adopt a tiger. So yeah, man, there's big cats all over the place, man.
If I was you, I wouldn't tell anybody that. Seriously.
True story, man.
As opposed to adopting a unnourished child in Africa, you spending your hard-earned football money on a tiger that you don't even see?
I did not say I spent any money.
You said you adopted a tiger. I'm assuming that means that you gave money for food and shelter and stuff like that.
So when people adopt a kid, they pay for that kid?
Yes.
No.
When you adopt a kid, you buy groceries. What do you think the kids eat?
You gotta feed the kid, yes, but the process does not entail you handing over any monetary currency to get said kid, man.
Keep that to yourself. Now listen, it's not seriously, don't tell nobody else that you adopted a tiger and all these damn malnourished kids all over the world. Just keep that to yourself. It's not like we are not used to extraterrestrial type animals in the low country of South Carolina. A lot of people that aren't from our state don't know anything about fox squirrels. Fox squirrels are not your average squirrels. Fox squirrels stand about 3 feet high, and they don't give a damn.
No.
They are literally littered all over Myrtle Beach. You can go to Myrtle Beach and play golf and leave your cart for half a second. You come back to your cart, the damn fox squirrel is in your cart with your bag of chips, eating them, daring you to do something.
That's clearly a female fox squirrel right there, but we're not going to get into that.
You look at that fox squirrel private parts. Are you serious, man?
And
move on.
Not only is that a female fox squirrel, she fat. She fat. You got a camel toe. We gotta go. We should go. We should go now, man.
No, hold on. About this last story. Not only they're fox squirrels. Now there's a lot of sightings. I've seen armadillos. Somehow armadillos are down south. But this is what I wanted to talk about.
The lizard man?
Do you remember the lizard man, sir?
I do.
The lizard man. We even got extraterrestrial type animals. Look up the lizard man. If you're watching this show right now, look up the lizard man. Terrorized the low country of South Carolina in the late 80s, early 90s. There's still sightings of this guy, and this is an artist rendition
Dougie
of the lizard man. There's never been a picture of the lizard man caught on film, but this is a artist depiction of how the lizard man looks. Look it up.
I believe in Bigfoots. I believe in Sasquatches. I believe in lizard men.
First of all, Bigfoot and Sasquatch are actually the same dude.
No.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are.
I have a question for you. I believe in aliens.
I already told you, man. I'm a fan of the Wild Kingdom, sir.
Sasquatch
and Bigfoot are the same people. I believe in aliens too.
So, for some reason, certain humans think that we are the only people on this earth. What makes us so special to be here?
Well, I mean, we're probably the only people on this earth. You mean all over the universe?
The only beings in the universe, correct?
Right. Yeah.
So if there's other beings in the universe, and we mere humans have traveled to other planets and touched down on other planets, how come other beings from other universes, extraterrestrial type things, don't visit our planet from time to time?
Yeah, maybe that's the situation with the lizard man. We'll never know. I mean, I've been waiting since like 1987 for them to capture the lizard man. I wish someone have actually gotten a photo of him by now. Yes, Tree?
This is so concerning.
Tree,
did you spend time on this?
No, Tree, look up the lizard man. Look up the lizard man.
I'm not going to do it.
He's got his own Wikipedia. When you have a Wikipedia page, it's a real thing.
I'm concerned for you. I am.
That's not true. I mean, anything can have a Wikipedia page if somebody's going to put one up.
To get a Wikipedia page, you got to be real.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do. Everybody knows that, man.
No, man.
Yeah.
No.
So listen,
man, you can go on Wikipedia right now and go to anybody's page and change it if you want. Right now.
No, there's certain steps you got to go through. That's the lizard man. That's a fox squirrel. Boy, them sons of bitches right there is tough as hell.
Yeah.
And the difference between fox squirrels and regular squirrels, not only are they bigger, like way bigger, and they're white and black, and kind of look like a raccoon's cousin, but they live in pine trees.
Right.
We used to hunt them, we very rarely saw a fox squirrel when we were young and hunting in the woods and stuff.
I've
Very
only
well.
shot one. I've shot one.
They are littered in
Yeah.
Myrtle Beach.
Yep.
They all over the place in Myrtle Beach. All right, so listen, when we go do this again, man, we gotta get the hell out of there.
Well, while you were gone a little while ago, Trina and I talked about it, and I told her I thought we were doing one on Friday, and she was like, "No, to the hell, no." So
yeah, we can't do it on Friday.
okay, all right. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you like I told Tree and every listener to the Two Live Studios Experience. I'm ready whenever y'all are.
Next Wednesday, just what, guys? Don't you want us to just be consistent? Next Wednesday, again.
This is a whole week from now.
Nah, we can do Monday. We can do Monday. Let's shoot for Monday, and then we'll shoot for Thursday. We just had some
technical difficulties.
You'll have a new computer by then, right?
There's nothing wrong with this computer.
No, man.
It's the Wi-Fi.
You got kicked off twice tonight, man.
I know, and it's bad. And I apologize to all the listeners.
Yeah, no,
I gotta figure out. I can hardwire this thing with one of those cables through the Ethernet. I can do that, but I can't. I couldn't figure out how to do it. How to connect it to my computer.
You get an Ethernet cable.
I did that, but you have to do something with the settings, and I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
Blame Kesey. Blame Kesey. He's the tech guy for the Two Live Studios.
It's not gonna be your fault, huh?
No, I'm just saying. Blame Kesey. He's the tech guy for the Two Live Studios. He's the personal tech guy for the Two Live Studios. And we sat on the phone for an hour and we couldn't figure it out.
Two Live Studios Experience, man, powered by the good folks from Southern Edge. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Instagram, as well as the great Twitter, which is X now. Southern Edge Beverage Company, man. That's where you can find us. Make sure you follow those pages because that's how you're going to be invited to live podcasts, live remotes, and when we interview and talk to guests and do tastings. Make sure you follow Southern Edge Beverage Company on all social media platforms.
Okay, so kicking it with Kesey's is in the chat room, and he evidently took umbrage to what I just said, and he just said, "When I see you, it's on site." Man, I was playing, man. Kesey about 6'5", about 270,
hey,
like
man.
he was of in size.
Listen, man.
Just playing, bruh. Come on.
Listen, I might be able to beat you up, but I'll tell everybody that will listen. I've seen you fight some of the biggest, roughest guys in Moco, South Carolina.
In Moco, thank you.
Yeah, you ain't running from nobody, man. You ain't scared of nobody.
I'm definitely not running from nobody. But listen,
you might only be 5'2", but you fight like you 5'8".
Listen, this Moco thing is serious though, for real. I'm gonna need you to get that.
Man, I'm gonna burn the shirt tonight. I'm going to the fire pit back here, light me up a cigar, and I'm gonna burn this shirt tonight.
It's a good shirt. Just put black tape over the name.
No, man.
Keep wearing that shirt.
No, man. They used to burn that on my people's chest, man. Nah, yeah. I'm good.
T-Monk.
No, I'm gonna burn that shirt, man.
If you don't believe me, look it up.
I believe
look
it
up.
Man.
And it's on Wikipedia. It's interesting we've been talking about Wikipedia. Wikipedia, for the most part, is true.
We appreciate y'all hanging out, man. We appreciate y'all checking out the Jews. More importantly, we appreciate y'all passing the word to let everybody know that we are back. They're saying that the next show will be this coming Monday. Yeah. I think I'll do a rewind before that so you'll have some content to watch. Do appreciate y'all for hanging out with us, man. Again, powered by the good folks of Southern Edge, man. Go ahead, Doug.
Hashtag free Dougie.
Oh, my gosh.
Hashtag free Dougie. I know y'all miss me in the chat group. Y'all miss me in the chat group.
You'll definitely be back before Monday, man. You'll definitely be back.
I hope so, man.
Your page will be back up, man. Yeah. I enjoyed it, man. It was fun.
That's what's up.
God bless y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.